Awkward. I don't know why this is so awkward. Hi guys, what is up? Today is a video that I am so excited for. I'm going to do a 24-hour read-a-thon, but it's gonna be like within the space of 2 days. So I'm gonna do 12 hours and then 12 hours. I don't know, this is gonna be kind of a weird video because I feel like 12 hours and 12 hours is like what makes the most sense, because you know, you go from 9 to 9 or from 10 to 10. But honestly, 10 o'clock is like pretty early for me to stop reading. I always read at night, so I'm going to do at least the 12 hours, but then I'm gonna do more if I want to. So this will probably end up being like a 35, 30-hour read-a-thon. They're cutting bricks back there, so it's kind of loud. So it is 9:54 right now. This is my little clock that I'm going to be using to time myself because I'm using my phone to film. I think I'm going to start at 10 o'clock. I was hoping to start earlier, but then just a lot of stuff happened today. This is kind of my TBR. I picked a lot of shorter books to just try and get through as many as possible. And I think that I want to start with the 2 Heartstopper novellas. It's like beautiful in the sunlight right now. These look amazing. Okay, anyways. Okay, it is 10:59. This is the book that we're starting with. Hello. My pillow fort is falling down. Hi, so it is about 11:30 and I finished my first book. This book, I had already read this one. This one was technically a reread, but it was quite a while ago, and I remember I didn't like it because I hate the miscommunication trope. Everybody does. Like, who likes that trope? Nobody. And that's what it was, basically. But I tried to go into it like with an open mind and see if I liked it more now that I've read more of Alice's books. The miscommunication didn't really bother me as much this time around. It wasn't actually a huge part of the plot, I feel like, and I feel like it was actually pretty realistic. But there were different things about it that I didn't like this time around. Yeah, honestly, it's so sad because I love Nick and Charlie, obviously, and I love Heartstopper, but this book, I just need to come to the conclusion that I do not like this book and stop trying to like it, because I just, it's not for me. It really isn't. And this is just furthering my belief that drinking and going to huge parties, especially when you're a teenager, is just a horrible idea. Anyways, now I'm gonna read This Winter, and this one is actually really short. Yeah, this one is even shorter than Nick and Charlie. So we're gonna start This Winter now. This one, I'm gonna wait until the end of this day to like rate all of these books, but right now I'm feeling like a 2.5, maybe even a 2. Because I enjoy the characters, Nick and Charlie, but I feel like they were acting pretty out of character in this novella. So it didn't feel like I was reading about Nick and Charlie. Alright, it is noon and I just finished this winter. These books definitely took me a lot longer than I was expecting. They took me 2 hours to read both of these, and they're tiny, but it's fine. It's okay. I don't mind. This one was so cute. It was actually a lot better than Nick and Charlie. And the stuff in here is really just hitting really close to home right now for me, and it was great. And I love that we got little Oliver's perspective, and it was so cute. I will probably give 3.5 because I enjoyed it, but it is still just a really short novella, and it doesn't really compare to 5 and even 4-star reads, you know, because it was just so short. Anyways, me and my family want to go on a little walk later, so, oops. I definitely said the W word. Wait, look at him. Did you hear me say the W word? It's okay, go back to bed. Go back to bed. Anyways, I need to take a shower and get ready for the day because it's noon and I can't go out like this. I feel really gross. And my hair, I feel like my hair always starts out super greasy at the beginning of videos, but like it is just time for a wash. I have an audiobook. What is it called? It's like a gentleman's guide to vice and virtue, I think. I'll put it up right here if it's not correct. I will put up the book cover. So I checked that out from the library, and I think I will be listening to that during this read-a-thon because obviously I can't be physically reading my whole life. So when I have to do other stuff such as shower or go for a walk, I'm going to listen to that. Hi. So it is St. Patrick's Day. I forgot to tell you that. Happy St. Patrick's Day! I really want to wear this weird green button-up that I have, and it's like sheer. It's so weird, and I've never had the chance to wear it, and I want to wear it because it's St. Patrick's Day and you gotta wear green, but I have no clue what to wear underneath it. Like, literally no clue. So I could just do like a tank top. Should I try that? Wow. I feel like it's cool, but it's not like green enough for St. Patrick's Day. This green shirt, and it has like really pretty embroidery on it. Ugh. I feel like everything just looks a little I was gonna try and wear something fun, but honestly, I've just learned that I just always feel better in basic fits. So, okay, and then I'm just gonna wear these black Converse. So I actually do have a green book on my TBR, which would be so fun to read, like on St. Patrick's Day, but I feel like I might read that later because I also have this one, which is a choose your own adventure book, and I haven't read one of these in so long, and I think it just sounds so fun. It does have a map though. That's nice. Okay, hi. It is like 5:30, and I just finished A Citadel of Whispers. I didn't like actually finish it because this is like a choose your own adventure. So I finished one of the possible storylines, but I went through and counted how many endings there are, and there's at least 42 in this book. You know, I only read one of them, so I'm not sure what to do. I really liked this book. It reminded me a lot of The Legend of Zelda, and just like that world, like even the cover. Oh, that's beautiful, right? I don't know, all of the scenery and the atmosphere, and so I was listening to Breath of the Wild music as I was reading it, and it actually fit really well, so I was very happy with that. But it does read like it says it's a YA, but it reads like a very, very young middle grade book, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, and I wasn't even mad about it. It was super fun, and it made it easier for me to follow and kind of an easier read. But it also is, I don't know what this is called. I don't know if it's like second person, because I don't know what second person is, so it could be that. But I'm pretty sure that most choose your adventures are like this, where the main character is like you, like they have it like a name and stuff, but in the book it's like, and you did this, and then you did this, and then you thought this. And not gonna lie, it's kind of reminding me of Wattpad books, and it's not very enjoyable. I really don't like reading books from this kind of perspective, and I don't even know what it's called. Wait, let me look it up. Okay, so I was definitely right. That is second person. I was like, I know what first and third person is, but I don't know what second person is, so I'm just gonna guess that it's that, and I was actually right. So I don't think I'm gonna spend too much longer on this book because it was fun. It was fun. I didn't hate it, but I kind of have other things I'd rather be reading. So
1 hour later.
Okay, so I have been spending some more time in The Citadel of Whispers. Now, so I was going to read Treasure Island next. This one is me and my mom's classic pick for the month of March. But this book actually had a lot of scenes on sea and with pirates. I just am not in the mood for it anymore. I think I'm gonna read The Great Gatsby. We're just gonna pretend like this is a reread, and like I've definitely read this book before in my life, because I just feel so weird calling myself a reader and not having read The Great Gatsby. Everybody read this in like 8th grade, and I just didn't. Hey guys, it is much later. It's almost 12:30. and I haven't updated you guys for a while. I am only like maybe 1/4 of the way through The Great Gatsby. I haven't read that much. To be honest, I went downstairs and I watched a movie with my family, and we hung out, and it was really fun. We watched Puss in Boots, which the new movie, the second one that came out, which sounds so stupid, but I actually love watching cartoons with my family. Like, it was actually really good. So if you're in the mood for a really wholesome and actually hilarious movie, you should give it a go, because I actually love Puss in Boots. So it's been helping me stay awake to like be actively annotating, because you're interacting with the text, and so that's been helping. But honestly, this is taking me twice as long as it should. Like if I read this during the day, I could get through it so much faster, and I just feel like I'm wasting time right now. So I will finish this one tomorrow, and I think that I'm gonna pick up volume 1 of Witch Hat Atelier. Okay, so it's about 10:30, and I woke up probably around 10. So, I mean, I didn't wake up at 10. I started reading around 10. So I am just a little more than halfway through Witch Hat Atelier, and I am loving this book. It's so cute. It is amazing. Yes, so I am definitely going to finish this morning. I still have to finish The Great Gatsby, but then I think I'm gonna go buy the second one, because I'm actually loving this book so much. It is amazing, and I'm so happy I'm enjoying it, because like I said before, I really need a good manga in my life at the moment. It's just so good. It's just, the vibes are just amazing. This is my favorite book that I have read in a very, very long time. This book, I don't have volume 2. I don't have volume 2, and I want to read it so bad. Just read the ending, and the art is so beautiful. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, so if you haven't read the first volume, just don't look at this picture, okay? But if you have, I want to show you this. What? That is so cool. This book, this is like the most beautiful manga I've ever read. the art style and the world, and like, do I go to Barnes & Noble right now and get the second volume, or wait, you're standing on my TBR. Do I read all the books in my TBR that I still haven't read? That's the thing. I don't know what to do. I started The Great Gatsby and I actually enjoyed it. I was really enjoying it, but I feel like this is kind of a book that I would prefer to read slowly, like one chapter at a time, and not in one day. I also was going to read Treasure Island, but I just put a hold on the audiobook at my library, so I'm kind of waiting for the audiobook to come in before I can read this. This book is short, it's science fiction, and I've just heard it's really cool, but I don't own this. I'm borrowing this from my mom. So I'm kind of trying to prioritize books I own because I have such a large physical TBR that I'm just trying to get through books that I already own. So I might not get to this in this read-a-thon, but I really want to because it does sound interesting. So what we have left is The Unlikely Gift of Treasure Bloom and Radio Silence. Radio Silence, I actually haven't read that many books, but I feel like I've done good at convincing myself that I don't have to read them right now. But yeah, I was really excited to read Radio Silence, and I still am, but after reading these two, Alice Oseman's why can't I speak right now? After reading Alice Oseman's other little novellas yesterday, I gotta admit, I'm not that excited to read more of her books right now, because her writing style is just a little not for me sometimes. Anyways, and then there's this one. My mom did tell me that it has a romance in it because she's read this book before, and now I'm more excited to read it because I'm really in the mood for a romance. I think right now I'll start The Unlikely Gift of Treasure Bloom, and if it's really boring and if I just can't focus, I'm just gonna go to Barnes & Noble and get Witch Hat Atelier Volume 2 because I just had a blast reading that book. Anyways, I'm going to read the back of this book so you guys know what it's about, and then I'm going to start reading it. It says, with her goofy hair, awkward manners, and love of ugly sweaters, Treasure Bloom isn't your average first grade teacher. But when you add in her family curse, or a gift as her Grammy calls it, Treasure knows it's going to take a miracle for a guy to date her, let alone marry her, especially when it seems that every person she meets instantly dislikes her. That is, until she matches wits with Dennis Cameron, a divorced chef who just happens to work in the elementary school's cafeteria and whose 6-year-old daughter is in Treasure's class. It sounds fun. I love that she likes ugly sweaters and she's a first grade teacher. That really, just speaks to my soul. I feel like I can see myself in her. And I like that it's a romance, so I'm gonna try it.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Turn this room, turn it to an ocean. Let me float around. Eyes closed, like we're dreaming even when we're not. But you and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. But you and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now.
Hi. It's about 7 o'clock, and I fell asleep because I was sitting in my bed, which probably wasn't the best choice to be sitting in my bed at 6 o'clock starting a new book. I'm in almost the same spot. I haven't gotten very far. I think the problem is that we haven't met the love interest yet, and I really like it when romances start out fast, like when you meet the other person quickly within the first chapter of the book. We're out here, we're gonna watch the sunset and feel a little chill to try and wake me up, and I'm gonna keep going, and hopefully we will meet this Dennis Cameron, who is a divorced chef. Hopefully we'll meet him soon, because right now we're just reading computations about her and her grandma. Hey, we are taking a quick break from reading to go get some eclairs at my local grocery store. Carries these little mini frozen eclairs, and they're so good, and I'm craving them so bad right now. And I'm not sure how late I'm going to stay up, but I kind of want to stay up and finish this book so that I can count it as part of my read-a-thon. And I'm actually really enjoying it. I'll come back and I'll talk to you when I get back, but that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go grab some eclairs. I didn't have time to go to Barnes & Noble before it closed, so I didn't get to get Witch Hat Atelier Volume 2, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll be fine. It's okay. Okay, I'm back, and we in fact did not get the goods because they didn't have the eclairs. But they did have these strawberry cream strudel bites, which I also love, so I'm excited to have these, but no eclairs. No new manga and no eclairs. Like, this was a good day, but just could have been that much better. Anyways, I'm gonna do a taste test for you right now. Here we go, first one. I'm definitely not gonna eat all of these by myself. Let's see. Okay. Hello, it is about midnight, and I'm making really slow progress. I'm literally on page 100. That was really weird. I think there's no way I'm gonna finish this book tonight, because I'm reading it so slowly, but I'm just a slow reader, and I have to accept that about myself. But I don't quite want to go to bed yet. I probably should, because I do have to wake up for stuff tomorrow, but like, I took a nap today, a very long nap actually, so I feel like it should be fine, you know? And I'm actually enjoying this. I'm enjoying it. The romance hasn't started at all. It is nowhere to be found. And I told my mom, I was like, listen, I don't think I can just read like just a normal, realistic fiction right now. Like, if there's no romance in it, I can't do it. And she was like, there's a romance in it, don't worry. And the back makes it sound like a romance. But I just want to read manga. Maybe I'll just reread this one. I should probably just go to bed. Okay, my goal is gonna be page 200. And then I'm gonna call it a night. I might call it a night before then too, but we'll just see what happens. Alright guys, it is 1:30 in the morning, and I definitely did not spend half of that time making a playlist to listen to. But I did. Basically, that was the best decision of my whole life. I took all of my favorite movie themes and my favorite instrumental songs, and I finally put them together in a playlist. And literally, I turned on that playlist, and I have cried 3 times reading this book. And like, they were sad parts in the book, but they weren't sad enough to make me cry. Like, I would never just cry at random sad parts in the middle of the book. It's always like a build up that makes me cry. But then every single time I started crying, I realized that I was listening to like either an epilogue or a finale or just like a really iconic song of one of my favorite movies. And I don't know what it is, but like nostalgic movies and just good soundtracks to end like a really good movie make me so emotional. And yeah, so it's a pretty good playlist. If you want to go find it, you can. It's just on my profile. It's called Instrumental Bangers or something like that, but it's pretty good. It's got Downton Abbey, it's got Uguay Sens and Hatching Your Dragon, obviously, and Kingdom Dance. I don't really remember what else. The Incredibles theme, that one is so good. And like stuff from The Hobbit, stuff from La La Land, just like really good stuff. Anyways, I definitely did not make my goal, but I am really tired and I'm going to go to bed. Tomorrow I will talk with you. I feel like I'll be able to finish this book tomorrow, so I might finish the book and then give a little wrap up of my whole read-a-thon. And you can count this book anyways, my windowsill is just full of books and cups. It's really late. I'm going to bed.
3:28 a.m.
I definitely did not spend half of that time making a playlist to listen to. But I did. That was the best decision of my whole life. I took all of my favorite movie themes and my favorite instrumental songs, and I finally put them together in a playlist. And literally, I turned on that playlist, and I have cried 3 times reading this book. And like, they were sad parts in the book, but they weren't sad enough to make me cry. Like, I would never just cry at random sad parts in the middle of the book. But then every single time I started crying, I realized that I was listening to like either an epilogue or a finale or just like a really iconic song of one of my favorite movies. And I don't know what it is, but like nostalgic movies and just good soundtracks to end like a really good movie make me so emotional. It's a pretty good playlist if you want to go find it. It's pretty good. It's got Downton Abbey, it's got Uguay Sens and Hatching Your Dragon, obviously, and Kingdom Dance. I don't really remember what else. The Incredibles theme, that one is so good. But I am really tired and I'm going to go to bed. Tomorrow I will talk with you. I feel like I'll be able to finish this book tomorrow, so I might finish the book and then give a little wrap up of my whole read-a-thon.
The next day.
Okay, guys, it is the next day, and look, I have curtains now. And that is really making my camera freak out. Woo. Anyways, I still need to give you my final wrap up for the read-a-thon. This is my stack of books. Wait, is that every? Yeah, that's all of it. That's all of it. So I did end up finishing The Unlikely Gift of Treasure Bloom. And it's a good book, but it's not the best one to start late at night or like to try and binge in one sitting, because the beginning, it takes a really long time for it to pick up. It's like really not a fun beginning at all. So the romance doesn't even start till page 170, and this is how much I had to read without romance, and this is how much I was like just deceiving and not very fun. And honestly, the romance was cute, but it didn't give me like butterflies, or I wasn't really rooting for them. Maybe it was meant for more adult people. I just didn't enjoy it that much. So I think I'm giving this a 3 stars because of the situation, you know? I also read the first 50 pages of This Is How You Lose the Time More today. So I'm about this far, and I think I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me for this, but I think I'm going to DNF it because it's so confusing, and I'm not, like, everybody says it's confusing at first, but I'm not getting any new understanding. I'm just getting more and more confused, and honestly, I have more things I'd rather read. And so it's not like a permanent DNF. Like, my mom owns this. I can walk downstairs and read it whenever I want. So I might go back to it later. But yeah, I'm giving up. So I did try and read this today so that I could talk about it in this wrap up, but that's what I have to say about it. So yeah. As for the rest of my read-a-thon, this wasn't a very good read-a-thon. Like, out of all of these books that I just picked up, I only am giving one of them 5 stars, and I'm giving none of them 4 stars. That's sad. That is really sad. And can you guess which one it was? Yes, I love this book, and I'm giving it 5 stars. As for the rest of them, The Citadel of Whispers, I'm giving 3 stars. Nick and Charlie, I'm giving 2 stars. This Winter, I'm giving 3 stars. And then I already said I'm giving 3 stars to Treasure Bloom, and I'm DNFing This Is How You Lose the Time More. So, honestly, was not the best read-a-thon out there. But, oh, I read 1 chapter of The Great Gatsby. So I can include that on my little stack. This is what I read. And if I were to recommend any book that I read this weekend, I would recommend Witch Hat Atelier. And maybe This Winter. I liked these 2. I think these 2 were worth reading. The rest of them, I mean, I think this book was worth reading. I just don't like the way I read it, or what I expected going into it. If I expected less romance and for it to take me like 6 hours, then I probably would have liked it and I would have been fine with it. But if I were to give you any advice, it would be to read these 2 books, and then if you want to read this one, just know that it is a longer read and there's hardly any romance in it. Thank you. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching.